Neqotkuk N'Tetli Mikwi Tahasoltipen. And too big we are remembering.
That was probably built after the war, in the early 1950s. I personally don't remember it, because I was born in '47, so I'd be too young. The only thing that I do remember about the dam was when they were blowing up the bridge after the dam was in operation, the roadway, eh? I mean, I was just I don't know how young. I think I still have my diapers on or whatever. But anyway, everybody was from the reserve was heading up towards the hill. Eh? They wanted to see the bridge go down. Eh? And of course, I'm following everybody. Eh? And they're telling me, "Hey, go home," stuff like that. Eh? But I kept on going there, but I didn't get there in time. I might have got there to where Rosh and Norville live, eh? And then I heard the two booms, eh? The Army engineers already blew the bridge down, stuff like that, and then people started coming back. I didn't get to see it. Yeah, and that might be around 53 or 50. Well, I think it was done in 53, the dam, so 1953. So I'd been 6 years old then, I think, yeah. What I remember is, what the elders were talking about. My dad, my grandmother, and other people. That they worked on the dam, for a little. I need less than $1 a day, I think, maybe 50 cents a day or something like that. Which was big money back then. But the actual building of it, and I didn't get to know more about it till I got into council, and they started talking about the dam and stuff like that, eh? So, and more or less more about Beechwood, rather than Tobic, eh? Tobic was a done deal, but when I was in council there, it was always how they destroyed our livelihood, Beechwood Dam did anyway, and our national playground we had, that's. But as far as Tobic, and it was always said, it was Peter Joseph Bear that I was reading that they wanted to build a dam in the early 1900s, but they didn't actually get to build it till the late maybe 1950 or so, eh? A lot of interaction between the chief and council, stuff like that, eh? Peter Joseph Bear wanted free power, eh? You know what I mean? And the rumor was that he had written a letter saying that, yes, if you're going to have a dam there, the Tobic Indians should really have free power and stuff like that, eh? Now, nobody's ever received that letter, but I think the communication, Power Commission, was between the province Power Commission, Indian Affairs, and Tobic. Were the main people talking, eh? And they did acknowledge the communication about the free power, eh? But nobody's ever produced the letter that he had supposed to have written, asking for it, eh? But As far as I know, as the construction of it, you know, it took a long while to get it built, you know what I mean? And New Brunswick, government of New Brunswick, and NB Power just wanted to take the reserve, annex it, well, I can't remember the proper word. I was to take it, you know, because they could, because of they're the government, stuff like that, But I think MacPhail, I think, was the agent saying that, well, listen, you know, you've got to treat the Indians of Tobic, you know, just like anybody else. You know, you take their land, you know what I mean? You've got to compensate for them, you know. Appropriations, that's what it is, I think it is. When the government of New Brunswick or the government of Canada, the federal government, want to take land away from people, And I think so I think that's about as much as I know about Tobic Dam, you know, personally. I know it took a long time, back and forth, between the parties, federal government, provincial, NB Power. NB Power Commission did not really want to compensate Indians at all, you know, because they said they didn't know the land, That land was, you know, held in trust for them from federal government, right, you know. So they shouldn't really be getting any compensation. This was their first view, you know. And but they said, well, you know, our argument has always been that, you know, we've always fished. That's what sustained us, over the years, being able to fish and, you know, and make money. You know, the guides, they had some guides from Tobic here. You know, that's all had to do with the flooding. And Thomas Moulton, they had to compensate him for, because just past the dam, he had a farm there before the dam was there, you know, and then he had a house, a barn, garden, stuff like that. I think they settled for $2,500 or something like that, You know, it finally got built, you know, and stuff like that, and you know, we didn't get no free power, that's for sure. You know what I mean? And then they took more land that they wanted, You know what I mean? And then they built the dam. They started the dam even before they had the settlement, right? You know what I mean? They figured they were going to, you know, they were going to eventually compensate the Indians, stuff like that. So they started building, you know, and then in the meantime, there's still negotiation about the salmon pools and the loss of use, you know, and that Thomas Moulton passed away, you know, even before the dam was done, you know. So I ended up going to his wife, Eva, I think it's Eva Sauk Basin or something like that, from Princeton. She went back to Maine. Yeah, but she got the benefits of it. And so after the dam was built, you know what I mean, you know, they had, they didn't want to compensate us for the salmon pools below the dam, right? You know what I mean? And then Power Commission even had a salmon pool closer to the dam than ours, across from where Leo and Todd live, That's where it'd be. And they were saying that, you know, all those salmon pools, you know, they weren't as good as Restigouche and stuff like that, But a lot of sportsmen from the States come over, and they were telling them that, you know, hey, that's one of the, it's just as good as Restigouche, salmon fishing. Yeah. So, and, you know, the dam's been a contention, you know, with the Tobic Reserve, even to this day, you know, they had the big strike demonstration there at the dam here a few years back and stuff like that, you know, and we're not paying for that because of the lawsuit. They haven't really get everything done they're supposed to, you know. They're supposed to get a governing council from the federal government, and they didn't do that. You know, in contention here a few years back, well, they said, well, it's 100 years later, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, we can get it now. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, Grants, you know, we still suffered, because down below the Tobik Dam, a natural swimming pool there. We had every spring we had fiddleheads where band members could pick for food and sell and stuff like that, you know. And that all went away when Beaches was built in the later 50s, you know. There was very, very little transportation back in the early 50s, you know. Our roads, you know, were almost impassable in springtime, you know what I mean? They get rutted up and stuff like that. Trucks get stuck, you know, and then some even flipped over down below my house, And then the old road, that old road used to come all the way around up behind Erland's and behind Rosh's, and then come back out and head back towards where probably Wayne's and stuff like that, you know, and then go where from Weiss East to the main highway, and they had to make a road, you know what I mean? They got the railroad tracks built under the bridge of the dam there, and they had built also a road to go head towards Tilly, you know what I mean? And that 19 Tobik Dam, right? And then they had to expropriate more land. Well, we could compensate for it, I guess, for the power lines coming through. We've got 2 power lines there that meet and go through the dam, you know. So traffic was very little, you know, and very few, I guess you could say it was more or less like a wagon, a horse and a wagon and stuff like that, And the traffic for us before that Tobik Dam was canoes, You know what I mean? The guys had canoes, and the feller, Simon Purley, where Winston lives now, he had a canoe there and stuff like that, and they had a building across from Winston's there, and, you know, had a little shed there, you know, where you can get out of the rain. It wasn't very big, you know, and it wrote the Malicite in French, Malicite, Malicite, and then people utilized it. I remember my mother was still alive, and she wanted to go shopping, and I had to go see a doctor for some reason in town in Perth, right? So we went down to Simon Paul's and asked him, you know, can you give us a ride over in a canoe, you know? And then we went to that place and waited for the train to come. The train from Plastrock would come in the morning, you know, head towards Perth and probably head downriver, right? And then come around 4 o'clock or so, it'll come back up and head back up, and then we'd catch the train in Perth, and then get on, and then my mom did their shopping, and then we went to the hospital there and stuff like that. Dropped us off at that little place, and I carried all the stuff there to the riverbank, and then Mom said, holler for Simon, you know, come and get us, So I am down there and say, Simon Paul, you know, hollering over, not Hulina, the Benko Punch, you know. And after a while, he heard us. He come down the hill there, Winston's there, and then comes over with the canoe and stuff like that, Then loads us on the canoe and then brings us back, And you know what I said is, Simon Paul, not only come and get us with your canoe, and we'll pay you, And we end up paying him $25 to go there, and then walk back up to our house there, where Todd lives there, Jason there, the brick house. Yeah, and that was our transportation mostly back then, You know, it wasn't until the late 50s there. And early 60s, we started getting vehicles, you know. The farmers used to come in with their trucks, come and take our baseball team to play baseball with somebody, you know, maybe Woodstock or across the province, stuff like that. All in this potato truck, yeah. And they'd bring wood to us, you know. The Indonesians will buy some wood and stuff like that if they run out of their stockpile, and go call LaFrance there, Percy LaFrance, and then he'll come with a load of truck. And same thing and they started having a store. I think Belieb's had a store there, and then he started finally they were having deliveries being made, you know, but very few people had vehicles on the reserve. Yeah, a lot of walking back then, you know. I remember myself walking, you know. If you didn't go across the river there, walk all the way across the dam, you know, to the movies, you know, in town. And then after that was done, drive all, come back all the way back home, you know, and you very seldom get rides, you know, once in a while you do. Yeah. But that's about it for transportation. Yeah. I guess the positive thing would be is they make the roadway there, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you know, if they didn't, they would still have a bridge over there, well, right below here, really, you know what I mean? By the training center, down the bank there, that's where the bridge was, and headed towards where, I think, where the dentist got his home, And I think that bridge is still buried in the water there, You know, they didn't take it all out. Yeah. But to me, you know, like it ruined a lot of things for our people, and for our reservation, Because everything was so natural back in the 50s, you know, with the National Swimming Hole. You know, we had our medicines there, we had our fiddleheads down there. You know what I mean? And that was all gone, you know, and our fish were gone, stuff like that. So that's to me, you know, they build them too close together, Tobic Dam, and then beach was only 16, not even 20 miles, you know. So all the backwater from Beechwood comes all the way up to Tobic Dam, you know, and full of that. That's what I really don't have no positive thinking about the dam. You know what I mean? We're still we're fighting it still today. You know what I mean? Yeah.